Hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Soy Erika y bienvenidos a mi canal. Hi everyone, my name is Erica and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm a professional Spanish teacher who uploads video lessons on YouTube. So if you want to learn more about the language or culture, please check out the rest of my channel. But for today's video, we'll be focusing on the cultural aspect of language learning as I talk to you about some of the culture shocks I experienced while living in Spain. So for some context, I spent a year living in Spain teaching English. I was in Murcia, which is a small region in the south, and I experienced a lot of culture shocks, okay? So these are some of the surface level ones that I experienced that if you plan on traveling to Spain, you might experience as well. So if you like this video, please let me know down below. If you happen to disagree with any of these culture shocks or you experienced something different, please start the conversation down below. That way we can all learn. Y bueno, I hope you like it. And don't forget to check out my Facebook page if you want to learn about some more culture shocks, okay? Bueno, okay, the first thing we're going to start with is dress code. And I think this is the most noticeable one that you will see in Spain, especially if you are Canadian or American, okay? So, dress code and implications. I'll get into the implications part with a couple stories over here. So, what to wear in Spain in general, I would say that people dress more conservatively and elegantly, okay? So, obviously, some of the younger people, like teenagers, they're not really going to follow this rules. But if you are, let's say, like later 20s and 30s and up, I would say that you should stick to these rules, okay? So, conservative and elegant. Overall, they dress very modestly, okay? But with that being said, they do not shy away from bright colors. However, it's always kept classy. So you can see here we have the Queen of Spain. And this is an outfit that I would see a lot of women wear. She has a nice blouse, long pants. You can see it's a very fresh outfit. It's going to keep her cool in the hot summer, but she looks very classy and elegant. And you can see here a picture with the royal family again. She has a shorter dress. However, it's still modest and elegant. And the man, on the other hand, wearing long pants. If a man was wearing shorts, they would be longer, they would be classy, made of linen or something like that, and a really nice button down shirt. Okay, that was very common in Spain. The men always looked so put together, and I really love to see it. Okay, so, another thing you should do is dress for the season, not for the weather, okay? And what I mean by this is, for example, when I moved to Spain, it was 32 degrees in October, and I wanted to dress in my summer clothes because 32 degrees in Canada, that means summer, right? But in Spain, everyone was already wearing their autumn and fall clothes. And so you could really tell who the tourists were because they were wearing all of their summer clothes, okay? So in Spain, people dress for the season, not necessarily for the weather, okay? Um, Another thing, though, with all this being said, don't shy away from embracing your individual style. Spain is so fashionable, and you will see people with all these different styles in Spain, even if overall they're dressing quite conservatively. On Sunday, you should also be sure to dress your very best as it is common for a lot of families to go out after church and they were dressed so beautifully. I thought they were going to a wedding, but I think they just went to church or just for a stroll to the cafe, but they were dressed amazing, okay? So they had heels. The men were in a really nice button down suit, really nice pants. The children were dressed beautiful as well. So on Sunday, people dress up extra nice, okay? Just FYI. All right, now things to avoid. And here are some stories about mistakes I made. So if you're traveling in general in Spain, I would say avoid revealing clothing unless you're at the beach, because if you're in a city, you're going to be going into churches and museums, and you can't really wear revealing clothing, especially if you're going inside a church, okay? So I would say overall, avoid like denim shorts, mini skirts, mini dresses, things that are revealing. It's not common in Spain. An example of this, as I said, when I was in Murcia, it was 32 degrees in October, and I was wearing short denim shorts, as that's something normal for Canadians to wear in 32 degrees weather. However, I got so many looks, I got so many comments from men, like an absurd amount of comment from men, something I had never experienced before. And I asked my friend, like, why is this happening to me? And she said, well, in Spain, we don't usually wear such shorts, okay? So just something to keep in mind, dress more modestly, and it can also help avoid some of those unwanted comments, okay? Another thing is flip flops. You're not to wear in the city because one, the city's dirty and your feet are probably going to get dirty. And two, with a lot of walking, it's just not comfortable. You won't really see any Spaniards wearing flip flops in the city. By the beach, of course, but in the city, not common. Another thing is athletic clothing is not worn unless you're going to the gym. It's just not elegant, really. So didn't see a lot of Spaniards wearing it. Okay, so leggings, sweatpants, sweatshirts, matching sets, stuff like that. It's not really common to wear in Spain in the city. Okay. All right, let's go to politeness and etiquette. So, in Spain, in terms of personal interactions, people are very casual and friendly, even at the supermarket. They like to talk to you. If you're meeting someone for the first time, personal space in the Canadian context is not really a thing. So, in Canada, people tend to be very cold, but in Spain, they're going to touch you, they're going to joke with you right away. When you greet people, you do a kiss on the cheek. So, this is not meeting someone like in a professional setting or meeting someone like at the store clerk. But if you are meeting a friend for the first time, you kiss on the cheek. So you just touch cheeks and then you make a kissing sound, okay? You're actually not going to kiss their cheek. You just touch cheeks and make a kissing sound, okay? You should know how to do that. And they will probably initiate it. So if you're not sure whether to do it or not, just see if they initiate it. Another thing is that they call a lot of people guapo and guapa, which translates to beautiful or handsome. So when I moved to Spain, I thought that everyone was calling me pretty and my ego was super inflated, but that's just how they refer to everyone, okay? So if they call you guapo or guapa, they're not flirting with you. It's just a nice way of calling you that, okay? Tío and tía, that also means aunt and uncle, but that's just a general way of referring to someone. So if someone called you that, even a professional person, for example, I was in an interview and this man was calling me tía the whole time. And I was like, wow, this is super casual, but it's not, okay? That's just, how they refer to people. So it's like a general term, okay? So if they call you that, it's normal, all right? Let's go to everyday interactions. So, this is something that I wasn't expecting, and this shouldn't be taken with a negative connotation. It's just something different, especially for a Canadian, okay? So, you need to stand up for yourself. Nobody will wait for you. So, that means if you're at the market and you're waiting for someone, because at the stand it gets busy, there's a lot of people, no one's going to wait for you, even if you got there first. You need to be kind of aggressive and say, hey, I'm ready to pay. Hey, I'm ready to do this. You need to stand up for yourself. Also, if it's really busy, you need to be prepared to make your way through. Don't just wait for people. You need to, hold the door open. That's not really a thing in Spain, okay? I remember I did it to people and they were like, oh my God, gracias. Like, thank you. Like, it's not common to do these things in Spain, okay? Obviously, if you do it, it's always appreciated. Just don't expect it like you would in Canada, okay? Another thing is that abuelas will always have the right of way. Abuelas are like grandmas, elderly women. They will always have the right of way. If they need to be somewhere, they're going there. And if you're in their way, you need to move. All right? End of story. Okay? I cannot tell you how many times I got trampled over by abuelas because I thought that if I was standing there first, maybe they'd move around me. No, they went right through me. So just be prepared, okay? All right. Okay, let's go to lifestyle and siestas. It's a real thing in Spain, and you need to be prepared to adjust your schedule and your daily plans around the siesta. So, in general, the siesta, at least in Murcia, it was from 2 to 5 p.m. So, that means from 9 to 2, the stores opened. From 2 to 5, they had that 3 hour siesta break. And then from 5 to 9, they opened again. So, these are grocery stores, these are everyday stores. Museums, I don't remember. I can't remember right off the top of my head if they were closed, but just keep in mind about the siesta in Spain, okay? Don't expect for everything to be open. If you're in Madrid or Barcelona, probably they'll be opened, but in a smaller city, in Murcia at least, they weren't, okay? So with that being said, on Sunday, however, everything is closed, almost everything. There were only a few stores that were closed. And when I mean everything. Even grocery stores, like drugstores, maybe could be open, but everything was closed. Okay. So that means you had to do all your shopping before Sunday. The city is also dead on Sunday, especially in a small town. So if you're planning on going to museums or to restaurants, nothing's opened on Sunday. Okay. So just keep that in mind. In Spain, they take their siestas very seriously. And Sunday is the day of rest and a day to spend with family and friends. Okay. Y bueno, this was the video. If you liked it, please let me know down below, or if you had a similar or different experience in Spain, let me know down below as well. I hope you enjoyed the video y nos vemos en el próximo. Adiós todos.